Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Hello, and welcome back to the Aries Brood Show. So today we are descending into the shadows with a solo dungeon crawler called What Lies Beneath, a tabletop-style game book from Fervent Workshop Games, released in 2023. It's a dark, immersive experience built for one player, where every decision can be your last. So what is it? Well, What Lies Beneath begins as you awaken in an underground crypt. You don't know how you got there. Around you are bones, flickering torchlight, and the distant echo of an ancient song. Now, from that moment, then it's just survival. And every choice determines if you live or die. So the book combines storytelling with dice mechanics. You roll to fight, search, and escape, much like many tabletop board games, tabletop role-playing games. So there are skill checks, random encounters, and opportunities to gain like items and experience points, which you just might be familiar with, you know, like if you have played some role-playing games before. Now, when, not if you die, you use that experience to create a stronger character, you know, for your next run. So it's part story, part strategy, and part test of endurance, really. So the atmosphere is like heavy, gothic. It's written very well. The writing just paints scenes of like damp corridors and just ancient decay. You can just feel the claustrophobia of being alone underground, and that's the hook. That this isn't like just a game, like it's a bit of a psychological crawl through darkness, faith, and your own fears. So we'll be getting into just the gameplay and the mechanics, just kind of how it works, and you know, like what tools you need, and just how easy it is to just really get into this this dungeon crawler. And then we will get into just the actual gameplay, and we'll be doing that. So this is the book here. This is What Lies Beneath. It is designed by Chris Scaffidi, and the art is very reminiscent of Shadow Dark, or even like old OSR stuff. So like even like the first edition of like D&D, you'll recognize it. A lot of the art, or well, the style of art is just black and white, just really heavy ink, you know, heavy ink art. So it's great and very thematic. So you can just see throughout, you know, that it is, you know, very simple, monochromatic, you know, pictures that are a lot of fun and really evoke each encounter that you were kind of like running into. It's also very similar to Choose Your Own Adventure in a way, because you're given, you know, at the end of like every encounter, you know, you are, you know, given a choice of like how you want to handle it. Do you want to fight? Do you want to, you know, run away? And so you want to, so then just, tells you to move on to a particular page, and so you're moving along in the story, much like Choose Your Own Adventure when you were a kid. And I loved those books. So now I have already rolled up a wizard. Now, so this is a bit of a blow up of the character sheet. Now, the character sheet is in the back of the book, and so you can see that in the back of the book, it's a very simple character sheet. It doesn't ask a whole lot of you. If you're familiar with a D&D character sheet, then you will have seen, you will be familiar like with those character sheets and just how involved those might be, and that this, it asks for hit, dexterity, wit, vigor, and it's got a little place for you to jot down like your experience points, and then also a box where you can jot down like what encounter you are on as you go through the book, just in case you want to pause. So like, let's say, I don't know, you're halfway through, and you think you want to stop and, I don't know, grab some lunch or whatever, then you can just jot down, like which encounter you were at, and then you can just, resume, get back to that encounter in the book, and then just keep on rolling. So also there's a list of items and then some tags that you can use. Now, these tags are things that are kind of like specific to the story, and the book is really clear about like what they are as you encounter them as you go. So now I did write down a little item that wizards are given. Apparently, we're going to be starting the game with the Crystal of Fate, and the Crystal of Fate, whenever we roll a 3, then we are able to re-roll. We're able to re-roll the roll. So that's something that a lot of the other classes don't have, and then there will be items that we collect along the way that will play it out. So now, as you would imagine, a wizard is not all that strong of a character. So we have a hit. So basically our strength, like our fighting, of 1, and a dexterity of 1. So this means we're going to be rolling 1 dice. And so now I think like people who have who frequent D&D, are going to be familiar with the wizard struggling behind, like the party, and just running along like with their spell book, and they're going to be, they've got their spell books, and they're just waiting for the big bad to come out, and then you wind up, I don't know, being the healer of the party, or things like that. So, but in this case, you're all alone, and so this is just the way that it is for this poor wizard here. Now we do need to name this wizard. I have not named the wizard yet, and I don't know, Joel, what's a good name for a wizard? I think.
Let's see. I don't want to go into like the ring or anything, but let's see. Wizard Wonka. I don't know, listeners and viewers everywhere. What is a good wizard name? Please text us 720-619-0627. Hit us up on the Total Talk text line, or just send us a comment. And if you're on TikTok, do me a favor, beat that screen. Help our self-esteem.
Right. So yeah. So Gandalf is a popular wizard. He's the Lord of the Rings wizard. I'm trying to think of like some other wizards in movies and such. Let's see, or maybe he's just like an oaf of a wizard. Maybe like a Gronk or a
Olaf.
Olaf.
Would that be a good wizard name?
Sure, we can go with an Olaf. Olaf it is. We will. All right. So Olaf the wizard.
Just you got a terrible co-host.
I mean, it can't be worse than the actual host. Now I love just how thematic this book is, and so I am going to just read it straight up. So I love first page. Quest righteously for a righteous cause, and you shall live. It's lies. All right. So first encounter. You dream you are in a chapel. Small, high-pitched voices sing an ancient song. You draw in the scent of stone and incense. Yet a sense of unease washes through you. The comforting smell is a veil. The core is more macabre. Dream yields to waking confusion. A grave, dust, bones, and dried death. A flickering torch. Underground, a crypt. In the near darkness, you remember nothing, not even your name. You wait, listening for anything to provide answers. Nothing. The flesh of your arm aches. You touch it. It's leathery. A rough, tumor-like growth kind of covers your forearm. The weak torchlight sparkles from its surface, as if from a wound, yet it feels dry. The flesh around it throbs as if infiltrated by a stealthy, spreading infection. You catch a wisp of a breeze, heavy with the stench of rot. You gag. Yet a breeze suggests a way out. You take the torch, determined to get out of here alive. So, in this game, you play the role of a hero who must escape a crypt, find a cure for a mysterious disease, and perhaps discover and defeat those who may have caused your unfortunate situation. You're starting to remember your identity slowly. And then it gets into you rolling your character and such. And so we have rolled a wizard, and that you just roll 1d6. So all this game requires is dice. So I have here just some d6s because that's all that's required, and then piece of paper and pencil. That's all. And so it is very easy to get into. And now hit will aid you in combat tests. So these are, you would roll dice to achieve, like a certain threshold. So it's going to say, to hit, you're going to need a 3 or a 4 or whatever. And so you are just trying to meet or exceed that number. And Dex will aid you in dexterity tests. And so we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but dexterity is some fun little dexterity tests, which are a lot of fun because it winds up, it involves flicking dice. And that's just weird, but we'll get into it. And vigor is your health. If it becomes 0 or negative, you're dead. Period. That's just it. Now, thankfully, the wizard has a vigor of 11. So maybe that'll help us out. Maybe that'll give us a fighting chance. Who knows? And XP is our experience points, which you'll have opportunities to spend on leveling up and such. And then the spot, to write our encounter. and which we have gone over. All right. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to have our first break, and then we will break into what the heck we're doing and wandering around in this here dungeon and get into our first encounter. So stay tuned to the Aries Brood, and let's find out what lies beneath.
At Military Broadcast Radio, the goal is to offer a platform for mental health advocacy while connecting the military community through various media platforms. Founded by U.S. Army veteran Joel Hunt, MBR gives a voice to veterans, first responders, and their families through streaming radio, podcasts, video, and outreach events. With its leadership run completely by veterans and hosts of the diverse programming from all branches of service, MBR was created as a response to the silent battles veterans face after service. Military Broadcast Radio is also a Wreaths Across America partner, hosting a $5 back sponsorship group page. For every veteran's wreath sponsored through the Military Broadcast Radio page, MBR receives $5 back to help support their platforms and outreach. Veteran and first responder stories need to be told and shared. And with your support, MBR can continue to bring together veteran nonprofits, mental health organizations, and government agencies to bridge the gap between veterans and vital resources. To find out more and donate, visit wreathsacrossamerica.org/MBR.
Justice Jackson, they captured Herman Goring alive.
Tell me about him.
He's the face of the Nazis. I'm gonna put Goering on trial.
Never escapes the hangman's noose.
Very sure of yourself.
No man has ever beaten me.
Goering has to fall.
You don't just have to win, you have to be flawless.
You're walking into a trap.
Knowing what we know now, would you still follow Adolf Hitler?
Nuremberg, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.net.
All right, welcome back. So we are just creeping upon our first encounter in What Lies Beneath. All right, so
I wonder if we should play some like background music, like do 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 do. Let me see if I can find some.
Yeah, there actually was some that I
Let's see.
thought were. Yeah, I liked that first one. Well, or even
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, you still gotta talk.
Well, I know. I'm just so. I kind of liked that very first one.
This one. That one.
It's.
You like it?
Or another one. It's just.
There we go. That's better.
All right. Well, let's go with that. All right. So, all right. You stumble out of the crypt and immediately trip on your weak legs, sending a few skulls just clattering into the darkness as you fall prone to the ground. Suddenly, a rat hisses into your face. Now, you are given two options. We can attack the rat, or we can get up and flee. So, so if we attack the rat, then we can gain 1 XP. And if we fail, then we only lose like 1 vigor anyways. So, I don't know. I think we're gonna try to attack this rat. Now, it requires a hit. So, now for a hit, being that we are just, I don't know, this mamby-pamby wizard here, we just have 1 die, but we just have to roll a 2 or higher. So how hard can it be, right? So Yeah. All right. So we rolled a 6. So we're doing all right. And we gain 1 XP. So, ching. And we'll mark that on our little character sheet. And then we move on to the next encounter. You enter a tunnel of rough-hewn rocks, alternating with bricks. Slippery goo drips down the walls. Your torchlight glistens from a bit of metal wedged into the rocks. Examining it, you see a key. Okay. Now we can retrieve the key, or we can just follow the tunnel. Now, I think it only makes sense if we retrieve the key, right? All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to retrieve the key. And we're going to put that on our item sheet. All right. So like I had mentioned, the wizard starts with the Crystal of Fate. So that's kind of cool. And then now we've got this key. And we follow the tunnel. So then we go to the next encounter. As you creep through the tunnel, you observe a metal door built into the wall beside you. The door is half your height, about as tall as a wee folk, such as the goblins who live in the mountains or the gnomes in the forests of this magic world. A massive bar crosses the door, sealed with a padlock the size of your fist, or to a wee folk, the size of 2 fists. So, if your character is a druid or a wizard, yep, then it just makes. So I love that it kind of like spot checks you, and it just makes sure that you just don't forget little things about your character, so that we do have this crystalline tooth in our pocket, this crystal of fate that we're able to have. So whenever we roll a 3, then we are able to re-roll that die, and that just might come in handy as we go. So we can try to unlock the door. We're going to unlock the door. Yes, we are going to try to unlock the door.
Unlocking the door.
No,
I'll be the sound effects.
So we use our key that we had picked up, and so we're going to take that off of our list here, and then we move on. It takes a bit of jimmying and jingling, but at last you get the padlock open. Expecting the little door's hinges to be old and rusty, you pull hard and find it pops open easily. The tiny room behind the door was apparently pressurized as a blast of air hits your face with the audible whoosh. Air carries a mist that entirely covers the walls, ceiling, and floor of the tiny room beyond the door. This mist blasts into your arms and face as the door pops open. The goo bonds to your skin. Its surface strongly resembles the strange tumor on your arm, and you feel a similar ache wherever the goo has touched you. Gain 1 karma tag. Okay. So we got 1 karma tag. You may refer to the Arcana appendix for details on how karma affects you. So that we might get into. We shall see. Also gain 1 XP. Woo! All right, we got 2 XP. We're just rolling right along. All right. So continue. So it says, try to avoid gooey black ooze in the future. Yeah, that's good advice. No gooey black substances. Bad. Note to self. Right. The cavern divides. 2 arches extend over the openings, each etched with barely visible runes, not written in the common tongue. The darkness beyond one or both openings echoes with the sound of rushing water, and unless your imagination lies to you, a soft buzz. Note that you have 3 options below. So we can try to decipher the runes, or we can enter the left tunnel, or we can enter the right tunnel. Now, let's see here. Okay. So this is a difficulty of level 4. So we need to roll a 4 or higher. Now it's with a D6. That's a little rough, but thankfully.
Are you gonna show us how to shave dice so that it runs right where we need it?
The what?
Are you gonna show us how to shave dice so it drops right where we need it?
I wouldn't know how to. Couldn't tell you. But all right. So then now we've got a wit of 2 here. So then we are going to roll 2 die. All right. Yeah. All right. So we decipher these runes with success, and so we're moving right along. This is good.
Move right along, moving things free. You ain't never having a friend like me. Move right along.
So apparently, like, I don't know, we're like a very well learned, very well read wizard, and so we recognize these runes. The runes are a mixture of 2 languages. Older, more eroded symbols are Gnomish script with a rhyming chant to ward off danger. So we gain 1 ward tag. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and check what a ward tag is. So this tag represents blessings, charms, and okay. So that ward might come in handy later in the game. We shall see. Okay. So scrawled beneath these is new graffiti in a gobblish script with runes for water and down on the left-hand tunnel, and the right-hand tunnel's runes indicate beast training and down. So do we want to pursue water or beast training? I don't know. I like the idea of water. That sounds nicer than beast training. But I don't know. Well, I don't know. We're a wizard though, and I think that we're fairly smart. So I don't know. Maybe training a beast is something that we want to do, because if we wind up running into a beast, that could be a good thing that we know how to. I don't know. Let's maybe give this beast training a whirl. So we will. All right, we're gonna go down this right path. Let's see. You step into the right-hand tunnel. Arcing it becomes a spiraling ramp down with a space to your right. As you proceed, the space widens into a vast gulf, revealing a massive chamber. The spiraling ramp hugs the wall of this chamber. You creep downward. The buzzing pauses. Torchlight moves along the floor of the chamber, astonishingly far beneath you. You hear voices echoing below. Now we can search for a dark area of the ramp and hide for a while, or we can quietly continue down the ramp. Well, let's see here. I think we should hide for a second. Maybe see what we learn. And so that is going to be wit. It's going to require wit, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we succeed. Right. All right. So then we go 3. All right, you pause quietly for what seems like a very long time, afraid to peer out where you might be seen. You hide yourself, but remain tense in case of a fight. Voices echo and then gradually fade. You're alone with the boxes. Runes annotate the boxes stacked near the bottom of the ramp. On the opposite side of the large chamber, a small set of stairs leads to a single arch. But before you have more than a moment to rest, voices echo far above with the sound of numerous feet shuffling down the ramp towards the chamber. We can quickly decipher the box's runes. We can hide behind the boxes. We can prepare to fight whoever is coming. We can dash up the stairs and into the arch. I think we should probably try to hide behind these boxes.
I say we fight, because sooner or later you're going to have to fight. Yeah, this is like choose your adventure book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we fight. Watch me die. But hey, what the hell?
But we are a lowly wizard that only rolls like 1d6.
Yeah, but you know, you might get past today, but we might not get ahead, you know, in the next 5 minutes. You know what I mean? You might as well just go ahead and get over with, you know? Just like NFL football. Don't go for one, go for two. Screw it.
You know, I had read that the math is on your side if you just go for two all the time.
Yes, it is.
The math.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Okay, so 2 reasons. Number one, the shorter field is a lot easier getting across the goal line than the longer when you're running, because they don't know which one you're doing, running, passing, especially if you have like one down. Plus, when the kicker goes to kick the ball, there's so many elements. Like the hike has to be good, the placement has to be good, the kick has to be good, his clamp foot has to be stationary, aiming at the field goal. And sometimes, you know, those guys coming off to the side, you don't hear it. You don't hear it from the crowd, but those guys are going, ah! You know, they're making you laugh. You know?
Yeah. No, and then too, I mean, so it's essentially a coin toss, you know, like whether you get it or not. And so math is on your side that you can get it half the time, you know, and then you've made just as many points, you know, as you would have just kicking like the extra point. Supposedly. I don't know. But interesting for sure. All right, so let's
I say we hit another music break real quick, and then when we come back, I don't know what you want to talk about, but let's give these listeners a pee break, and when we come back, do us a favor, either call in 720-619-0627 or hit us up on the Total Talk text line, or if you're on TikTok and you're seeing us, help our self-esteem. Beat that screen. So until then, you're listening to the Aries Brood podcast show right here on the station. Let our investors be heard. NPR.
Bed full of tools and some more rust. Boots full of dirt and they're all scuffed. You think he didn't have much? Well, he lived just a little bit different. Got nothing but got nothing missing. If you met him, you'd say it too. He's the richest man I knew. Yeah, he taught me to pray a little longer. Tie your boots, boy, work a little harder. Life's tough, but it's easy when you're smarter. Stay true to yourself, you'll go farther. it gets better. Make sure to say yes, sir, no, man. Look him in the eyes when you shake hands. Don't wait for pain just to say prayers. Just take your time, boy, you'll get there. Yeah, he told me to pray a little longer. Tie your boots, boy, work a little harder. Life's tough, but it's easy when you're smarter. Stay true to yourself, you'll go farther. Love everybody, 'cause one day you might need somebody. And don't you ever try to hurt nobody. Those are just a few things that he told me. Well, he lived just a little bit different. Got nothing but got nothing missing. And Lord knows that we're missing you. He's the richest man I know.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at nbradio.net.
And welcome back to the Aries Brood Show. My name is Lucas, and you're hopefully listening to us wander through this dungeon here. Now, so we have happened upon a dark tunnel, and so it is Joel's wisdom that we attack this thing. So I think that just might be what we do. So. All right, we're going to prepare to fight whoever is coming. Our weakling little wizard here is going to put up his dukes. Nearly a dozen small goblin-like red caps just shuffle down the ramp and into the chamber. You charge and begin smashing them aside. They howl with surprise. One showers herself and her companions with sparkling dust. They transform into drooling reptilian beasts with wings and claws, and then rise into the air and begin snatching at you. This is no ordinary battle. You are badly outnumbered. You now face 3 hit tests. Okay. So, here we go. We will try the first one. Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
All right. So how did we defeat the first one, Joel? Because we beat him.
I told you. Fight like hell. I don't know. Did we poke him in the eye with our thumb?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And so then the next one. Now this is where our crystal comes into play, because so we rolled a 3. Now oh, you know what? Now we could re-roll, but why would we do that? Because it's asking for a 3, and so we beat the second one.
I see. I'm telling you, go. I feel like a Denver Bronco.
Boom, and we beat the third one.
Look at that, Denver Bronco. We believe.
All right. So we just beat them, beat these 3 guys left and right. All right, and after all these 3 hit tests, then we move along. Bam! Some of the flying beasts claw you as they swoop. However, you manage to smash each as it dives toward you, which sends it heavily into the walls or floor. Some make a splashing sound as they impact. Others make a crunching sound. Each then reverts back to the shape of a goblin-like wee folk, each corpse neatly wearing a red cap on its head. In their tunics, you find numerous interesting and useful items, including a skeleton key, papers, a map fragment, and a knife. We collected all kinds of cool stuff. Okay. So then we just note to ourselves here. So we got a key. We've got a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Right.
What movie is that from?
Good old Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
Great movie. Man, I watched that movie so much when I was a little kid. I loved it.
Right? I can honestly say that out of all the like sequel movies that they've ever made and stuff, like Crocodile Dundee, that I don't think their stock in sequels went down. I think every one of those movies was really good. It was a different plot, different setup. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, second one was fun.
I like the different scenes from Australia. Have you ever been to Australia?
Oh no.
Australia is amazing.
Yeah.
I went to Melbourne, dude. Out of any country if I had a dream to be in any country, it'd be Australia.
Man, I loved Europe. So like Northern Italy was perhaps my favorite. I think it was some of the most beautiful areas that I've ever been in, where it's Northern Italy.
Well, it was awesome, dude, because I was driving on the wrong side of the road, like literally over there, right?
Right.
So, and they didn't say wrong way, asshole, and like flip me off. No, they were nice. Like, hey, you're going the wrong way. Hey, hello, I just want to keep you safe. I said,
Nice. All right, so we've gained some cool stuff, and I'm going to continue on here.
Okay.
Okay. So, remember award tags. Okay, and so we had 2, and then we have an award tag. So if the total is at least 4, then you learn from the documents. Oh, so we would learn something, but we didn't learn anything. Okay, so we are going to proceed through the arch. Okay, so the arch opens to a sinuous tunnel. I need a dictionary. Sinuous tunnel. A grinding sound grows in the air with some crushing mixed in. You arrive at a wall with 3 closed doors. The first door is the source of the grinding sound. The next has a red cap hanging outside of it. And the third is a small double door. I mean, it's at least a small double door. So like there's got to be small people in it, I would think. So, and we could beat up small people, or we could investigate this grinding sound. You know what? I think I'm gonna investigate this grinding sound. I think slow you open.
Is that the kind of grinding sound that you're talking about?
Like a grinding, grating. I don't know, like crumbling.
Like that?
Yeah, I think we're getting closer. Yeah. So you open the door to reveal a small room almost entirely filled with a single machine. A crew of wee folk is processing corpses stacked in the corner. You gag as like one worker slices bodies into pieces. A second worker just stabs bits of organs, muscle, and brain on a stick and drops them into a massive sluice where they slide along a chute. Meanwhile, a third loads the bones into the machine, which loudly grinds them into a sparkling powder that's collected in a bag. Gain 1 XP. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
2 workers notice you and exchange a comment. So, do we nonchalantly walk through the room to exit via the opposite passage? Do we jump past them, diving into the sluice? Why would we do that? That's like a shoot into the machine, I think. Or do we slay the workers? I think. Oh man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't ask me. I picked last time. It's your turn. I'd like to get some listeners or viewers to answer some questions.
Yeah.
But they're very silent.
Well,
they're like Chris Farley down by the river in a white van. They're just watching.
So, well, I don't know. God, they're there's like all right, you know what? I think I'm gonna go like murder hobo, and I think we gotta slay these guys because this ain't right. This is wrong. It's happening.
Hopefully they don't turn into aliens after we slay them.
Right. All right. Boom. And all right, success. Now we either walk out of the room and or exit via the chute. I think I'd rather just walk out of the room. Let's see here. All right, past the machine room, you wind through a short series of tunnels. They lead to a large chamber where your tunnel meets two others with 6 glowing tablets at the center. Moths emitting a pink light just flit around the air. If you have 2 or more karma tags, then immediately go to E72. And you know what? We do. So 72. All right, the tumor on your arm begins to pulse with pain in synchrony with the moth's light. The agony intensifies as if a saw is cutting off your arm. Now you can attempt a Dex 3 test to dodge the moths. If you succeed, lose only 1 vigor. If you fail, lose 2 vigor. Let's see here. Okay. All right, let's try to dodge these moths. And we do. I'm rolling amazing.
Nice.
Right, so
it's always great when you can waste the game on yourself.
All right, and so then we lose only 1 vigor. So we went from 11 to 10 vigor. Not too shabby. All right, and should we take the left tunnel or the right tunnel?
Always right.
Always right.
When in doubt, always right. And when you're taking the test, when in doubt, always pick C.
Okay. So the corridor continues to a massive door with a spring. As you push against it, you find that your arm with the tumor has grown weaker. The door opens to an enormous torch-lit room, then closes and latches after you pass through. You see no obvious handle on this side. A glowing purple symbol in the shape of a jewel surrounded by a hand indicates where to press upon it for re-entry. You see a few similar doors lining the massive room. Lacking a jewel hand key thing, you have no immediate means of opening any of these doors. The room has many tables and benches, perhaps used for eating or to seat audiences for speeches. A single broad corridor leads out of the room, and you hear sounds and the smell of food in the distance. Laughter echoes in the enormous space, along with gobblish voices. A group is approaching. So we can prepare to greet whomever arrives. We can send out a distraction. We can hide under a table or prepare to fight whoever appears. I think I want to hide under a table. I think, yeah.
Okay, so we can hide under a table. What are the others?
We can prepare to fight. We can try to distract. We can send out a distraction, or we can prepare to greet whomever arrives. I mean, I guess they don't know what we have done.
I think I would prepare a distraction.
Prepare
I don't like hiding because hiding, like you're gambling. You're kind of stuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's send out a distraction. Let's see. Okay.
Because if we can send a distraction, we can at least move left or right.
And wait. Do we have? I'm gonna double check something here.
Pop some smoke.
Oh. you know what? Unfortunately, we do not have the item that is required for this distraction. So we can't. But we can hide under the table, or we can let's see here. We can oh man. Yeah, we pretty much can just like hide and fight, because we don't have the items that are required to do the other stuff. We fought last time and it went all right, so I think we've got to fight again. Let's fight again. All right. You beat aside the first foes that reach you, but their cries attract dozens more who stream towards you. Some punch, others kick, and a few throw things at you. Within minutes, you are bloodied and beaten down, yet the blows continue. At last, you sink into sweet oblivion as two heavy-set redcaps grab you by your shoulders. Lose 5 vigor. Ooh, that's like half of our hit points. And if you have 2 or more karma tags, you don't have it. Okay, we can go other to E7. Okay, we have 2. Okay. So E7. Okay. As you wake, sometimes later, a shadowy figure slices into your bound arm, then rubs black goo deeply into your skin. A powerful ache surges through your body. No escaping this time, a voice rasps. The figure sets an hourglass within your sight. The ache spreads into your body, a deep, unremitting pain. It brings a wooden feeling. Immobilized, you can only watch as the sands inexorably trickle. Lose 1 vigor, so set a timer for 1 minute. At the end of the minute, lose 1 vigor. Repeat at 1 minute intervals until you are dead. And now being that we have less than 10 minutes left of this here podcast, so I'm going to say that our demise is essentially guaranteed. Now, you know what I'm going to do is, so I am going to write E7. So that's the encounter 7 in like our little encounter box. And, a little later, I'm going to play this out and just see, like if there was like any kind of way for me to save Olaf the wizard here. But that essentially is what lies beneath. So unfortunately our adventure ends there. That was fun. That was one of the first playthroughs that I have done of What Lies Beneath. And I'm a little curious as to like what it would be like had we made some different choices, and see how that would go. So that is What Lies Beneath, and just how simple like it is. And and as you saw, it is very much like choose your own adventure, and you're making simple rolls to move along. And I don't know, what do you think, Joel, of What Lies Beneath? So it is a very simple solo dungeon crawl. It's not as demanding as a lot of role-playing games. I mean,
I don't know. The setup over there looks pretty confusing. Kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Confusing.
A little involved.
A little involved. You know, very, very intimidating. That's the word I'm looking for.
Right.
Very intimidating.
Yeah. So that was What Lies Beneath, and I don't know. I definitely want to find more stuff. Now this is What Lies Beneath, and it is by a Fervent Workshop, and you can find more of their stuff at www.ferventworkshop.com. And yeah, it makes me curious of what other stuff that they have made, and I really enjoyed it, and makes me want to check out some other stuff, because yeah, it was nice just being able to bust out some dice and just make simple decisions, and yeah, I don't know, it was fun. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you enjoyed this little playthrough of What Lies Beneath, and I look forward to just doing more of this in the future. And and if you are in the Denver area, by all means, please join me in the studio, and we can play some games. And yeah, I look forward to playing with you all very soon. So yeah, thanks so much for joining us on the Aries Brood Show, and yeah, play some games.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Military Broadcast Radio is proud to present and proud to partner with Sony Picture Classics with a new movie coming up this Friday. Don't forget it is the real life story of the Nuremberg
Trials.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking for.
I can't wait to see it. It looks really good.
The Nuremberg Trials. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the station that's letting our veterans be heard. MBR.
Justice Jackson, they captured Herman Goring alive.
Tell me about him.
He's the face of the Nazis. I'm going to put Goering on trial.
Ever escapes a hangman's noose.
Very sure of yourself.
No man has ever beaten me.
Goering has to fall.
You don't just have to win, you have to be flawless.
You're walking into a trap.
Knowing what we know now, would you still follow Adolf Hitler?
Nuremberg, rated PG-13, starts Friday, only in theaters.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.